I can start it on my end. Uh, Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Ohayo gozaimasu, konnichiwa, konbawa, bonjour, guten tag, wherever you're calling in from. Really appreciate you joining today. This is kind of a new day at Global Chamber. This has been a really exciting year as we're transitioning into a better scalable model for Global Chamber. It largely kicked off on February 11th, where we had started something called the Global Council. It's a global advisory board. Those of you who have chapters know, I believe, the importance of what an advisory board means for you and in support of you. We need support here at headquarters as well. And that comes in two forms now. One is we've brought on a variety of people to help because we're understaffed, still understaffed, but we're a lot better now. And we'll be introducing those people today. And the Global Council. It's co-led by Dr. Sanjeev Kagram, who has been leading Thunderbird School of Global Management for the last 7 years. He's a global icon, extraordinary leader. He's now in the midst of launching Altos Bank, the next Silicon Valley Bank in the Bay Area, and he's also co-leading our Global Council along with Frances Tessmer, originally from Germany, extraordinary global icon herself. And so we've had one meeting where we've got the next meeting coming up, and they're providing their guidance and support in a variety of different ways to help us get to the next level. We'll be talking about some of those developments, but we'd like to start today by introducing some of the new people. And if you could, maybe just give a 30 to 60-second hi, who you are, where you're from, and any thoughts that you have, just so we can get everybody connected here. That would be fantastic. We have, and we are going to stick to within an hour of wrapping up. And so if you keep it brief and then give everybody an opportunity to speak today, hopefully that'll help everybody connect up and learn more about each other. Another one of the really important steps that we've taken, as I mentioned, is bringing on some people to help and support at headquarters. And I think what I'd like to do is introduce Sally Alimam first before the executive directors come on. Sally, if you're available, that would be fantastic. Some of the existing executive directors may not know you yet or be as familiar as the new people have been. But over the last couple months, Sally has played a key role, in fact, the most important role in getting some structure to the process of bringing on a variety of both executive directors and global advisors. I needed help, and Sally has been the perfect remedy for that. Sally, do you have a moment that you could introduce yourself and just say hi?
Yeah, of course. Good morning to everyone. My name is Sally. I'm really happy to be here with you all. I recently joined Global.
Let's see, you are unmuted,
Oh,
but I
can
don't hear you.
We hear.
We can hear.
We can hear her,
Doug.
Doug. We hear her, Doug.
We can hear you, Doug.
you
For some
can?
reason.
We can hear you, Sally. Can you hear us?
Okay, yes, I can.
But Doug,
But I
Doug, you're
think
muted for some reason.
yeah, we can't hear you, Doug, now. Yeah.
Oh, you can't hear me?
no.
Now
we
we
can hear
can. Now we can.
Oh, okay.
But we can hear Sally. Can you not hear her?
Can you hear me?
I can't. Go ahead, Sally. I couldn't hear you for some reason.
Okay, no worries. Again, I was gonna say good morning to everyone. My name is Sally. I'm so happy to be here with you all. I recently joined Global Chamber team to help us to support amazing executive director. We have a really good team, and I'm really glad to be with them. I must have you know I'm here for any question or any help. Please don't hesitate. You all have my emails. I'll be happy to connect with you all. Let me know if you have any question in the future. I'm really happy to connect with you all. I'm really glad to be here, and thank you so much for all.
Sally actually had been an intern with Global Chamber while she was getting her degree at ASU, and now she's come on as an employee with Global Chamber as she gets her master's degree at Thunderbird School of Global Management. So welcome, Sally, and thanks for all your good work. Let's go around the room in terms of some of the new executive directors that are here. Maybe I'd like to start with Kelly, because you really were inspiring to me about a week ago when he was visiting the Prime Minister's office to introduce Global Chamber, and you were taking pictures in the lobby. You're not this group, March's group. You were back in February. You were one of the first in this line of new leaders coming on. Could you take 30 to 60 seconds and introduce yourself as well?
Thank you very much, Duke. Greetings to everybody. It's nice meeting everybody on board again today. Yeah, Duke, I think it was time for me to get action in Cameroon. And I thought to begin with the Global Chamber was to notify the Cameroon government of our presence. So it was good. I succeeded to meet the chief protocol of the Prime Minister. We are currently waiting on their reply, which I think we'll have it this week. Once we have a note from them, I will be reaching out to you. There is a lot to do, Duke, and I must appreciate you for the support and everything you are doing with James. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your leadership. Titi is actually, I think you are in the current group. It seems like you've been forever with us, but thank you for all the things that you're doing, and not just kind of like the normal stuff of getting kind of ramped up, but you're really doing some unique thinking beyond the scope of even what we've laid out. So thank you for your innovation, and we look forward to working with you across Nigeria. Could you take a moment and introduce yourself as well?
Doug, well, thank you for your thank you. My name is Titi. I was born and raised in London. In fact, the east of London, Hackney. I'm now in Nigeria, setting up my own business. I have just designed a digital platform for menopause as a marketplace. My background's been in oil and gas, digital transformation, and intelligence. So yeah, being amongst great people and great thinking people and great leaders here has been a privilege, and I hope I can continue to support you all and build out Nigeria in a very creative way. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for all that you do. And Titi, you'll see, has some really interesting ideas with young people and leadership and changing the mindset to a more successful mindset for women and for all. So thank you for that. Let's also go to Zlatina Ruseva Savova. She's in Sofia, Bulgaria. We've been talking for about a year, and what she's been able to do in that time frame is get a variety of things set up for us to be successful in Bulgaria. And so Zlatina ran over to the office, it sounds like today, to be able to join us today. Could you introduce yourself as well? Congratulations on all the things you've been doing, and we welcome you.
Thank you very much, Duke. Indeed, it is an honor and pleasure to join this esteemed organization, the Global Chamber, created by Duke. And thanks for inviting us, our firm and myself personally, to become your local executive director for Bulgaria. We are based in Sofia, the capital. And everyone, each and everyone from the Global Chamber is always welcome to step by if you have any occasion to visit Bulgaria. I will be assisting and working with great enthusiasm to make the Global Chamber have a landmark presence in Bulgaria to support local, growing, innovative companies across all industries to export their goods and services globally through the contacts and network organized by the Global Chamber with the really amazing leadership of Duke. So it's my pleasure to join all of you, your tribe, and to work together. Welcome and thank you.
Thank you. Looking forward to it. I think we also know Liz Nestorov together, right? Do you know Liz?
Yes, Liz Nestorov. She's also Bulgarian, living in the US. She's very proactive. She stays on a lot of boards. She has great leadership experience. And if she would like to also join and contribute in any form, it would be fantastic for us. Yeah.
I gave her an early heads up, and I'm sure she'd be willing to collaborate, and she's indicated that already. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is fantastic. Yeah.
Let's now go to Estonia and Zazi Vakalutso. Zazi is, I think many of us already know Zazi from her interactions, not just in Estonia, but all across Africa. Zazi, thank you for your leadership in e-commerce, in digital business, and then the work that you're doing across Africa, including with NEMA in Tanzania. Could you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for having me here. Hello to all the lovely people that I'm working with, being NEMA, so many people from Global Chamber, NEMA, Liddell, TT. We all seem to be kind of in the same industry, but in different ways, which is lovely. So again, I'm from South Africa, but based in Estonia, and we're working, as Doug said, to really look at leveling the playing field for SMEs in Africa and globally. In any event, building marketplaces for export-ready business and marginalized business. And I have no doubt that working actively with and through Global Chamber, we have an opportunity to really take things to the next level. So I hope that we can bring something interesting and exciting to Global Chamber as well, from a slightly different perspective.
I'm sure that's the case. Thank you so much.
Thank you all so much.
Another new executive director is Khalid Munir, and he's based out of the Orlando, Central Florida area. And what's really nifty about the overall structure of what he's created is when you see his emails, you'll see that he is like a super connector and a super leader in terms of being involved in so many different things. Originally from Pakistan, he now resides in the US for many years and is very deeply connected. And what's the angle that I think is very promising is that he has a global advisor on his advisory board, who many of you may know, Mona, and is her last name
Sharkovi?
Cherkovi. So she's been a real estate leader, and so many of you know her through the women's programs and some other events within Global Chamber. How long have you two known each other?
Oh, we known each other maybe 15 years, 15, 16 years, being in the same profession.
She's originally from Morocco, and she's just a force of nature. And she indicated, Khalid, that you too are a very extraordinary leader, and I got that strong impression in the conversations that you and I have had. So welcome. Would you like to introduce yourself, please, and perhaps correct any mistakes I made so far?
Sure. Yep. I don't know. My Zoom has disappeared for some reason, but everyone can see me.
We can. Yeah, you're very handsome this morning. Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for that. Oh, okay. I see it has come back. Thank you so much for that kind introduction, Doug. And welcome to sunny Florida, although it's not so sunny these days. But nevertheless, it's much warmer than a lot of countries you guys are residing in. So I've been a native of Florida for the last 33 years. Before that, I grew up in Britain, in Leicester. I lived there for about 30 odd years. So, and then rest of my days were in international banking. In my previous life, I traveled and worked in over 10 countries around the globe, including Africa, in the Seychelles for 5 years, and then in the Middle East, in Abu Dhabi for 6 years, and Egypt, and a number of other European countries. So I'm very well aware of the benefits of global business. And I served in leadership roles in many of the international chambers here also previously. And I always tell my members that you are trying to go to, say, Nigeria or some of the other countries in order to drum up business, well, you need to connect with the people who are there from those countries living here in Orlando, so you don't have to travel. They have the connections there. So I was very happy when Mona introduced me to Doug and the Global Chamber, because sitting right here in Orlando, I can connect with globally with with members from over 95 countries, over 550 chapters. I don't have to jump on a plane and go through all that inconvenience of security check, especially these days. So I'm so happy that I'm a member of this. And if any of you guys need anything here in the state of Florida, I'm your go-to guy. Don't hesitate to contact me. And I look forward to meeting some of you physically. If you are ever visiting Orlando, please be my guest, and I'll take you out to a nice dinner, lunch, or whatever you prefer. Thank you, Doug.
Even better than Disney World. That sounds wonderful. Congratulations.
You're right.
and welcome. Let's continue to go around the room. I'd like to introduce Eduardo Gonzalez. Eduardo has become the Global Chamber Phoenix Advisory Board Chair, and he's also becoming Global Chamber Executive Director. That's a little bit of a unique structure. It covers both the United States and Mexico in some of the territories where we don't have people. And that's important because Eduardo has had a long history of working within the Mexican government as a trade minister, and also as an economic development leader in ProMexico, which is no longer around. However, through those interactions, he's gotten to know hundreds, thousands of companies on both sides of the border, particularly in manufacturing. So he has a unique expertise for US-Mexico trade. I'm presuming that a lot of the nonsense that's going on now with tariffs will be resolved by the next month or two, and we can get back to some sort of a normal state where the US and Mexico are close friends without lots of tariffs. And I'm sure we all believe in that. Eduardo does as well. And so, Eduardo, thank you for your leadership. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you, Doug. I don't know if you can hear me well. I'm driving towards the airport right now. I'm trying to catch a flight. Appreciate the introduction, and happy to help anyone in the US or in Mexico. As Doug mentioned, I used to work for the Mexico Development Bank, and then I worked for ProMexico. So basically, I've been helping companies locate opportunities in North America, and that is very heavily inclined in manufacturing. So anyone that is looking for manufacturing in Mexico for the North American market, and mainly the US, happy to help, and also happy to connect any of our members in the Phoenix region with members around the world. I will leave my linking contact in the chat, and thank you again, Doug. Appreciate it.
Thank you for taking the time to do this. Eduardo is actually headed over to Spain. A friend of his, longtime friend, has passed away, and so he's headed to Madrid, for the next week or so, along with visiting his father along the way. So thank you for taking the time. Eduardo. His father, by the way, is 95 years old, so not a young 95. So hopefully that portends well, Eduardo, for your life and the life of your grandson, also Eduardo.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you.
Let's go to another new leader for Global Chamber, and that's Bishan Ganbat, who is another one that I've known for quite a while, and very impressive background, very involved in a lot of different areas. And thanks again to Sally for reviving a lot of the relationships that I've had, and I just haven't had time to move forward. So Bishan is based in Georgetown, Guyana, and as many of you may know, that's a very hot market, very fast growing, very increasingly affluent area, and lots of opportunities. Bishan, thank you for joining Global Chamber. Could you spend just a minute to introduce yourself, please?
Hey, Doug and team. Pleasant good morning, good day, good afternoon to you guys all. Are you guys hearing me?
We can, yes.
All right, just my apologies just in case I'm breaking up, but I'm actually in the hinterland and the internet is a little poor here. So my apologies just in case. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Bishan Gampa. First of all, I'm honored to serve as the Executive Director for Global Chamber Guyana. Once again, Doug, thank you to yourself and team. So Guyana is the hub. They're referring to Guyana as the new Dubai for the South American region, given the large production of ExxonMobil here in the oil and gas sector. Apart from the oil and gas, there is tourism, mining activities, construction, and a host of other investments, globally speaking. So if you guys are interested in networking or any aspects of Guyana, please reach out to me. I'll leave my LinkedIn information in the chat message so you guys can reach out. Apart from that too, professionally, I'm lettered with MBA in economics. I've had the chance and the opportunities to work in import and export, SME financing back in global scale, and working with companies throughout the world. I would have been able to cross paths with different culture, different people, different regions, to be able to help not just Guyanese in my country and the region, but also other parts. For example, we are in talks to have some financial instruments be put in place, being in Guyana here, in Kazakhstan, for developing of small companies to medium scale companies for investments.
Interesting.
That's it for me as of right now. A quick introduction. If there's anything again, you guys are free to reach out to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. There's a couple other executive directors that hopefully you'll get to know and meet along the way. One is Christian Aguirre, who is the Global Chamber Hermosillo, the state of Sonora executive director, long time success. And what's really kind of cool and unique about Christian is he's very hands-on and been very involved in trade himself, including being impacted directly through a business that he's part of, True-Salt, that's exporting into the United States and facing lots of hurdles. Christian, hopefully that situation is getting better or will get better. Do you have a moment just to say hi?
Sure. Good morning, Doug. Good morning, everyone. How exciting it is to see the new growth of the Global Chamber and to soon get the opportunity to meet many of you and maybe collaborate. Why not? Yes, Doc, the situation here in Northwest Mexico, well, north of Mexico and with Canada, it's a little bit of uncertainty. We are waiting for the date of April the 2nd to get new information on if the new tariffs will be applying or if we will get into an agreement where tariffs can finally disappear or maybe not be so strong as 25%. In the case of salt, it has been mentioned that it could be maybe a 7% or a little lower, and maybe that would be an opportunity to work with. Wouldn't be that bad. But when we're talking about tariffs of 25%, many industries are being hit hard. We saw that tariffs came in for the industry of steel and aluminum, and those took place around March the 12th. And yes, they've been impacting the economy quite strong, and we will just continue to see how everything is developing.
Thank you, Christian. I appreciate the update. Nima Maleli of Tanzania is also an existing executive director, relatively new within the last year. Among her initiatives is putting together a global meeting for Global Chamber with the president of Tanzania on July 8th, I believe, working with Zazi on that. I actually been introducing that to a few people today to get some of our global council involved with that. Nima, do you have a moment to just briefly introduce yourself, please?
Yes, thank you so much, Doug. My name is Neema Mleli. I'm the Executive Director for Global Chamber Tanzania, and we have an exciting event coming up in July where we're welcoming everyone, every metro to participate and executive directors. It's going to be exciting. We're going to have the President of United Republic of Tanzania as our guest of honor. And also the hosts, actually we are co-hosting with the Ministry of Industry and Trade, where the minister is very excited about it. And also TanTrade, Tanzania Private Sector Federation, and also TCCIA, which is Tanzania Chamber of Commerce and Agriculture and Industry. So it's very exciting. I'm very excited to host you all. We are going to share everything very soon. We're just compiling some few details with Zazi and the team. That is, we have a preparatory team, and then we will share everything, but it's something that we would like you to know. And also on 8th of July, we have actually, the main conference is 9th to 11th, but on 8th of July in Tanzania, we are having Tanzania every year in July 1st to 10th. We normally have International Trade Fair where we showcase everything, different industries showcasing the works that are being done in Tanzania by small, medium, and also large industries. So it's a very good opportunity to also see what is happening. Tanzania is the gateway for trade in Africa. We are surrounded by 8 countries and also two islands, that is Comoro and Seychelles, that makes us 10. But it's also easy to do business through Southern Africa. We have SADC. So it is very exciting to bring also 54 countries in Africa to Tanzania and discuss trade and industry and everything that has to do. And we are also going to have a youth segment, which I'm very excited about. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nima does so much good work with young people and with empowering women and developing export mentality. So thank you for all your leadership. Tanzania is, besides being a vibrant and increasingly important economy, it's the home of where Jane Goodall did lots of her work in Western Tanzania along the shores of Lake Tanganyika, which is the longest lake in the world that runs along the western border of Tanzania. And if you haven't read Jane Goodall's Book of Hope, I highly recommend it. I transitioned from that to the autobiography of Martin Luther King, which I just finished. And now I've started a book called The Book of Joy, which happens to also be based in Tanzania because it was an interview between Archbishop Desmond Tutu and the Dalai Lama. So they spent a week together in Dar es Salaam. I don't know when it was, but it's been an inspiring conversation so far. And if you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. I'll be talking about that as I finish it up in the next few days. So let's continue to go around the room. And I see Katie Keith, who may also be traveling. She's our Global Chamber London chapter, one of our most successful chapters. Definitely get to know Katie and her leadership, originally from Australia. I think you may be traveling to Australia, or maybe are you there? You couldn't be there. It would be
Not yet. Not yet. I'd be well and truly asleep right now if I was, Doug.
Could you introduce yourself briefly?
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's so nice to see so many familiar faces and also the newbies on the call. Welcome to the Global Tribe. My name is Katie Keith, and I'm the Executive Director for Global Chamber London. And it's been nearly 5 years, I think, Doug. So it's been quite a while. Recently just left the corporate world after 25 years working in corporate finance and launched Lead Rebellion, which is a female movement for senior women in business, collectively joining forces to lead on purpose. I also work on projects globally with blue chip companies around systemic change. And yeah, it's just great to be on the call today. And thanks for the shout out, Doug.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Stephanie Austin is our executive director in Dallas, Texas. And Stephanie comes from also a really interesting, I guess, corporate career. That's certainly from healthcare expertise. And you'll see that some of her programming is around the healthcare sector. I just sat in on her advisory board meeting, which was fantastic last week. Thank you, Stephanie, for that opportunity. Would you please introduce yourself if you can?
Yes, hello everyone. Welcome newbies. We're so glad you're here. I love when we get new people on the team because they come with great new ideas. Younger generation have more brain cells than I probably have, as you become more seasoned. And so I'm very excited. Would love to connect with you all. One, to pick your brains, and if you want to pick my brain as well. And I've been with Global Chamber, I think since 2021, but I've been the ED for the past three or 4 years. So very excited about that. I'm here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and would love to connect. And you have some great people that are here, such as Katie and several other, Yuka and several others that Doug has discussed. Make sure you tap their shoulders. We all have different ways of leading, but it's like creating I would say a carrot cake. You have some nuts, you have some raisins, you have some coconut, you have the flour. So when you get everyone together, we're able just to make a phenomenal cake.
Yeah, who's the nuts, by the way?
Well,
Thank you very much. It takes a village, no question about it, to be global and unstoppable. So thank you for that. You mentioned Yuka. Yuka is someone you all should know. She is an extraordinary and perhaps the world's most preeminent localization and globalization expert. She's worked on so many really interesting projects, and we're so fortunate and to have Yuka on our team leading 4 chapters. She lives in Barcelona. She's also leading Madrid and also Malaga and also Valencia. So, and then she's got some interests also because she's from Japan originally, and I think you're headed back there as well. Yuka, could you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, thank you very, very much for face blushing introduction, and thank you very much. And I look up for some people on this call, and thank you very much for your leadership. Yeah, starting from you, Doug, and Stephanie and Katie, that helped me along the way. And it's been a year and a half, almost 2 years being here. I learned a lot about leadership. I learned about people. I learned lots about international barriers as well, being the executive director. And welcome to all the new people. And I love to see you person by person as time permit. And please connect with me by LinkedIn or WhatsApp. I already put my information there, and I'm heading to Canada next month. So if you know anybody in Canada, please let me know. I'm going to be in Montreal, and then I'm going to be in Madrid. So for a week. So please, if you come to Spain, let me know. I can connect with people in Spain and maybe in Europe. And as Doug said, I'm originally from Japan. So nice seeing you, and thank you very much. And let's keep on going. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yuka. Really appreciate it. I think there was one more executive director. Oh, it's Munir El Bouamri based in Casablanca, but covering Morocco. Munir, are you able to talk, and are you able to just spend a minute to introduce yourself as well? He's an agriculture expert and a trade expert, and you've been doing some traveling as well. What's going on?
Hi, Doug. Hi, all the members. Do you hear me well?
We can, yes.
So, really, it's a pleasure to meet the new executive directors. It's been a while, just I had some health trouble these last months. So that's why I was a little bit absent, but I feel better now. So it's really a great pleasure to know the new members, and also to see the old members. So I'm the executive director in Morocco. So I think Morocco is based in North Africa, and I work especially in the agribusiness sector. I am very open to new connection, and also to facilitate business in Morocco, especially in many sectors. So now Morocco is a destination of investment. As you told me, Doug, last time, it's the organizer of the African Cup of football next year, and also in the World Cup in 2030. So you are welcome, all the fans of football. So African fans, and also we will welcome all the world in 2030. And perhaps now it's a very growing country in terms of investment in hospitality, in health sector, in real estate. So yes, it's I'm here to answer questions about this country if you are interested, or one of your connections also is interested in this country. So we will be glad to chat and connect. I have put my informations in the chat, so my WhatsApp and my LinkedIn. So yes, I'm here. Khalid Munir. I'm very glad to have the same name as you, just difference in the spelling. So you are Munir and I am Munir.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm also a good friend of Muna. Yeah, it's from my country, Muna Shaqaw.
Great connection.
If you want to come to Orlando, I'm arranging a meeting, a soccer game between the Moroccan champions and the Colombian champions in November here in Orlando.
Great. So let's exchange information. Yes, I will be interested.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. And a Ramadan Mubarak to you as well. Let's continue to go around the room, and we have some global advisors, mostly new ones. Roger Nee in Shanghai. Shanghai is in China, even though the geopolitics, particularly in the US, is a little challenging. We've strategically decided that we will be active in China as an organization, and we've done that by besides Roger, we've selected as one of our key leaders on our global board, Catherine Liu, who is deeply embedded within the current Chinese government, and strategically located, even connected directly to the current government. That, along with William, who is not in this call, who's our new executive director for Shanghai, we've added Roger Ni as a global advisor. Roger, love your background. Could you introduce yourself quickly? Are you there? Uh-oh, did we lose you? Which may have happened. So Roger, if you're speaking, I don't see you. Your camera's, oh, there you go. It's a dark screen, and you might need to log back in and come back, and we'll come back to you, or interrupt me along the way. Another new person that we have is someone we've actually been interacting with for quite a while. He had lived in Yangon, and we were connected back then. He's since lived in Singapore and in Malaysia, and now he's in Bangkok. And so he's developing some connections for us in Bangkok and building as part of the Global Chamber team. William Min, could you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, Doug. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for the introductions. Yeah, it's been a long journey, from Yangon to Singapore to Malaysia to Bangkok. But I primarily built my connection in Southeast Asia. So, I'm happy to collaborate with anyone who has an interest in Southeast Asia regions. And currently, I will be working with Facting Global to set up a chapter here in Bangkok. Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you very much. Daniel Zaretsky is in Uzbekistan. And I believe Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, and the Turkey block of countries is just fascinating in terms of its opportunity and growth and what's already happening there. Daniel, we've known each other for quite a while, and now that you've got your new company and you've got your feet back on the ground in Uzbekistan, we look forward to working with you. Are you able to introduce yourself, please?
Yes, can you hear me?
We can, yes.
Good. I don't think you want to see me right now. Because I'm actually running the bath, so I'll just I will
Okay.
I'm not in it yet, but anyway, so thanks, Doug. Yes, I'm from the USA. We don't hold it against Doug that he went to Michigan State University, because I went to the University of Michigan. So in theory, we should be enemies, but we're friends. And in any case, I've worked in Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, now Uzbekistan, and I'm the global advisor for the Central Asia for that region. And I know, Doug, we have a call, and Doug, I think I know the people you're talking about because I have a meeting with them as well. I'm guessing those are the people you're talking about. So, but in any case, I actually recently formed my own consulting company here in Uzbekistan, but no sooner did I do that than I started to work with a Dubai-based company for the last 6 months. And the CEO came last month and is coming this in 1 week for a whole week of meetings, including we'll be visiting the regions here, and we have some projects coming up here. Possibly we're looking for investors now in smart city, in infrastructure, logistics, for example, pharmaceutical warehouse, setting up training centers, and bringing franchise here as well. We're in talks, so there's a lot of stuff. The only thing I just want to say, I put my LinkedIn in the profile, is that this is a very interesting region because it has a huge youth bulge. Uzbekistan is unofficially 40 million people now, which is the second largest country in the former Soviet Union. And Tashkent, the capital, is the third largest city by population in the former Soviet Union after Moscow and St. Pete. And with the new city, the smart city I talked about that they're building in Tashkent, the population may eventually become 10 million down the road. Right now, there's 1 million births a year, 1 million high school grads a year, and Tashkent is very centrally located in the Central Asian region. And the other stands are also all growing. Everybody's doubled the population in the last 20 or 30 years. So you've got a region of about 80 million people, soon to be 100 million, that is basically open to the world now. The countries are all getting along with each other. I could add stuff about that, but that wasn't the case before. And what I'm trying to say is a lot of the stuff that the rest of the world did 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 50 years ago has not been done here yet. So there's a lot of low-hanging fruit to do here. And if you wait 5 or 10 years, you'll lose it or lose the opportunity. So I would say that that's the attraction here, and anyone can connect with me on LinkedIn here and reach out. And I know Doug, the last thing I guess is planning some bigger things for this region. So I'll have a call with Doug next week in GC and with other people in Uzbekistan in the region. So I think it's one of those places that could be of interest as well, and has a lot of critical raw materials as well. So let me stop there because I could go on forever. Doug, stop me, please.
Thank you. Back to your bath for sure. Thank you much. Yes, the people that you have the event with, just through another connection, I was connected to, and so we're discussing basically very seriously. I thought it might be even done by this meeting, new chapters in Moscow and St. Petersburg, which I have not had that conversation for 2 years, and I'm not going to proceed until I'm okayed by the attorneys that I can actually do that, as an American. So we'll just have to see. But I'm not necessarily at all in agreement with a lot of what I see by the U.S. government. However, everything is a gift. And the one gift that certainly one of the gifts that I see is the ability to do business in different parts of the world, including Russia, that hopefully can be supportive of a better future, I hope. And certainly the group that we're talking about, building out Russia, is an amazing organization, very highly professional and ethical and all above board. They too are waiting to see how things will go with all the geopolitics.
Doug, can I just add one quick thing? Sorry, Doug, very quickly. You mentioned Russia. Like, this might be of interest. It's not just apropos of nothing. Since the war, these countries have had an amazing influx of people from Russia, Ukraine, and Belarus, and they are the top people. They are all they speak multiple languages. They are you know, they came twice, right after the war was declared and after the mobilization, and they've artificially, in my opinion, moved up the ecosystem in various subjects here 10 or 15 years. HR, venture capital, tech, entrepreneurship, psychology, all this stuff. And we didn't have this stuff 3 or 4 years ago here, and now it's booming. So it's just another thing. So I agree with everything you said about Russia, and I'll look forward to following that. Thank you.
I think that's a brilliant observation, because a lot of really good people left Russia, and the person that we had been talking with about setting up Russia left Russia for the US. I helped her with her visa application, and now she's a superstar tech leader in San Francisco. So Russia lost a lot of talented people. Whether they ever go back or whether they go back, we'll have to see. Rasat Kuskaya is the person, I believe, under the turnkey business development, and he's we've got a collaborative agreement with Rasat. And Rasat, the conversations that we've had have been, to me, really inspiring, because Turkey is a tremendous opportunity that we have not fully moved forward with, and you have. And so we've known each other for quite a number of years, and Sali has gotten us together, and we've now moved forward. So welcome to Global Chamber. Could you take a minute and introduce yourself as well on the network?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Doug. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I thank you first for the opportunity, and I would like to thank Miss Ruby from Ghana. She linked us in the past. My name is Rashid. I live in Istanbul. I made my MBA in Canada, Toronto. After 20 years of corporate life, during the time of pandemics, all the classical ways of business development failed, such as for business owners, SMEs want to go global from Turkey, let's say, such as exhibitions, inviting your clients to factory, etc. And only two ways left. One way is digital marketing. It's mostly about SEO and AdWords, Google AdWords, we can say. The second way was referral marketing, what you are doing, especially in global chambers as well. So we, with a few business people sharing the same vision with me, we set up Turnkey B2B. It is a business club. It is a matchmaking platform in the year 2020 to help to help Turkish service and good exporters and contractors to go global, to find local business partners in different countries. So far, we have reached 30 plus countries. We have local business developers, and we have an algorithm that we recruit as supplier from each and every industry, mostly from Turkey. We have 50 plus suppliers now. Some of them are big corporations of Turkey, such as Vestel Electronics. Our networks is strong in Africa and Middle East and Turkish-speaking countries like Central Asia. And Turkey has great potential. We have around 85 million population and strategically location, very strategical position. Turkish airline is flying most destination in the world as an airline. So we have a geostrategical position and taking advantage of this in tourism and trade. Istanbul is a hub of many.
Sorry, Rasha?
Yeah.
We need to keep moving because we're just about out of time.
I will summarize in a few in less than a minute. After 210 hybrid events, mostly online, we managed more than $10 million turnover within the group, within Turnkey. So I look forward to collaborating with Global Chambers. I shared my LinkedIn profile in the chat box. Anything you need from Turkey, I am ready to help. I am at your disposal. Thank you very much.
Very impressed with the opportunities, and you. Thank you very much. Roger Nee, are you able to talk now from Shanghai?
Yeah, hi guy. I'm Roger. I'm glad to see you guys here. And at my early career, I'm a licensed lawyer in China. But so far, I've been moved to other business for many years. My business involve entertainment. I help Chinese entertainment companies to reach out to the USA singer, and help Chinese companies to sign agent agreement with them. I help them to explore the USA market, and I also have business involve sports. I have collaboration with Italian Football Federation, and we co-organize a football tournament on the 19th. And because of this, we have collaboration with Shanghai Sports Department, and we have collaboration with Shanghai Traveling Authority. And then so far, I've been in the middle of another collaboration, to connect with the Saipan government, with the Shanghai government, because the Saipan government would like to attract more Chinese people to traveling to Saipan Island. So it's one of my business to figure out whether I can to help make this connection efficiently.
Fantastic.
So yeah, so this is another business on me, and I have another business. It's
Oh,
kind of
we need to move on. I'm sorry. We're just
okay.
only have 2 minutes left.
Okay, go. Okay. So thank you, guys. If you would like, connect with me, just, search LinkedIn on LinkedIn, and then I'm Roger Ni. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Roger. Saipan is an amazing place.
Yeah.
Cesar Trabanco, I want to make sure all of the new folks get to meet. Cesar, could you spend a minute and just introduce yourself, which is not nearly enough?
Can you hear me, Doug?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yes, my name is Cesar Trabanco. I've been working with the Global Chamber for 9 years now, I think. So it's pretty much since the beginning. And I was watching at the meeting, and I was kind of happy to see many new people on board. And I think that people like Moon or Chris, they can testify that it hasn't been a long time since we got a really huge group of new people coming. So that's always great. You got my contact details. I'm gonna put them in the chat just in case. Sally, you're doing a great job, and I look forward to working and helping all of you in the new roles as well. Thanks, everyone.
Another person doing a great job, thank you, Cesar, is Jem Escultura. Jem, as all of you coming on as executive directors will know, she's doing a great job with organizing the events and getting that all straight. Jem, could you say hi from Singapore?
Hi everyone, I'm Jem, the events manager at Global Chamber. So some of you already know me. So if you have any upcoming events or just planning it, feel free to send an email to Jemima at globalchamber.org. So I will be happy to help you along the way. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for all that you do, Jem. Critically important for all of us. I see Ruby Golo, who we just mentioned you a few minutes ago. Hi, Ruby. Ruby has re-upped her opportunity of being executive director in Accra, Ghana, and as we all know, she's just an extraordinary leader, well beyond Ghana, including her own country, Ghana. Ruby, could you just introduce yourself, please? Just a minute.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ruby Golo and Executive Director from Accra, Ghana. I've been in the role before. That was during the COVID time, lockdown, and I played that role for a couple of years, and I had to take a break, and I'm glad to be back, and looking forward to working with all of you. Thank you. It's great to be here and to be part of the Global Tribe.
Thank you, Ruby. Lowell Opada is our marketing person. He's doing some amazing interviews now of some of our success stories. He's also got a variety of other marketing initiatives that he's working on. Lowell, could you say hi, please, from the Philippines?
Hi everybody, my name is Lowell. So you can reach out to me if you have any marketing initiatives that you would like to incorporate specifically with your chapter. So I'm here to support you together with Jem. So just reach out to me through my email. I already sent my LinkedIn profile on the comment section. So yeah, nice meeting you all. And to those who are the new EBs, welcome and nice meeting you and happy to connect and work with you all.
Yeah. Thank you, Lowell. You've met Sally earlier from headquarters, and Sophie is not here, so we'll hopefully introduce her the next time. Shankar Damodaran from Ahmedabad, India, is here, and he's an established executive director. Shankar, could you say hi, just a minute introduction, and then we'll close the room. No, maybe not. Shankar, are you there? The camera's on.
Hello, Doug.
This is Mona here. Shankar's just coming in.
Hi,
He's just
Mona.
joining in the tune. Hi, good to meet everybody here. Shankar will just be here in a couple of minutes, and then I'll ask him to come and introduce himself.
Okay, very good. That'll give us just an update, an opportunity just to kind of, we were going to talk about a variety of things, but I'll just keep it very simple to say that we are next month, because we have another planned large group coming in next month, is to have 2 of these meetings a month so we can cover Asia. There were a number of people in Asia that were not able to join today, and probably the most significant of those was Kaoru Nishikagawa. She is an extraordinary leader both in Australia and in Japan, and she'll be taking a leadership role in both areas. And so I'm thinking, really, if you haven't already met her, she spoke at one of our meetings prior a few months ago, and we're very fortunate to have her join us, and I'm really looking forward to working with her, as I'm sure you will as well. Jim Cook is kind of a de facto global advisor. I'm not sure it's official yet, but Jim, could you take 30 seconds and just say hi? Because you've got some tremendous mentorship capabilities, and you've been helping companies grow for many years from Florida.
Well, first of all, every time I get on one of these things, I learn a lot. Though I've worked with 33 countries, I have so much to learn with global, and I'm going to keep it up. Basically, we work with market disruptors, either pivots or startups. Cesar and Doug and I have worked quite a bit together, so I've got a lot to learn. I'm going to keep learning, and if I can help anybody help their clients get to the next level, just let me know.
Thank you, Jim. And thank you very much. Shankar's ready, and I see my moon joined. So
thank you, Doug.
People will keep joining.
I was just a little under the weather, so I was just getting fixed up and to meet everybody.
Thank you. Hopefully you feel better soon.
Of course. I mean, it's always good to be with our global tribe. And I know Jim Cook. We meet often on the Softline Partners. Hi, Jim.
Great. Well, thank you, Shankar. Shankar is our executive director and has a specialty in entrepreneurship. As many of you know, Ahmedabad is the core, it's probably center of entrepreneurship in India. It happens all over the country, but Ahmedabad is known for it, including the prime ministers from Gujarat state, right?
That's right.
So thank you very much. Maimun, it's late there. Thank you for joining in Dhaka, Bangladesh. Thank you for hosting the Global Chamber Zurich visitors recently. It's on our Global Chamber page. Do you have a moment to introduce yourself briefly? We just have a minute or so.
Sure. Ramadan Mubarak to everyone. It is Ramadan and we're celebrating here in Bangladesh. So I'm Maimun Mustafa. I'm the Executive Director of Global Chamber Bangladesh, specifically Dhaka, but right now we look after all the districts. I think I'll just share 2 stories. One is that we were able to meet up with one of the Global Chamber members from Switzerland, who were originally German-American, and we hope to give them support. And I got a query from Cesar the other day from a lady who's a member of Global Chamber based in France, who's also American, and was looking for support in New York. So I'm in Bangladesh, and I had an uncle who is in New York, and we were able to set up a meeting. So that's how amazing Global Chamber is, and we hope to give support out there. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Diana Gerwitz was in the call earlier. She's a facilitation expert, and some of you sat through her training a month or 2 ago, and it's extraordinary. She was only able to hang on for a little while, but it's definitely someone I want to make sure that you're all familiar with, because either you or someone you know will be able to benefit from her really strong skills. One of the most exciting things, and I'll end this call with that, and then just leave it open if you'd like to make any additional comments, is Globi. So this is maybe somewhat akin, Maimun, to your story about Global Chamber and how we can impact. This weekend, and you'll see this picture of James Huang, who's a global real estate leader. He was visiting the Philippines and he said, "Hey, do you have anybody you want to meet or I could meet?" And I introduced him to Colin Christie, who's our executive director there. And they ended up looking like they wouldn't be able to meet because Colin was traveling, but James went to travel to him in Davao City and they met. And you'll see the picture of when they met this weekend. James is a global real estate leader. Amazing work that he's doing, building a network of thousands of global real estate leaders. Colin has had a long history of tech success, serial entrepreneur. I met him way before Global Chamber, and then I ultimately helped him sell his company. He went to the Philippines to retire. He got married. He had 3 children. He became executive director of Global Chamber, and he continues to be a technology leader, the preeminent AI expert in the Philippines. And for the last 6 to 9 months, he's been developing Globi, an AI-driven tool for Global Chamber, and it works, and it's amazing. And next month, in April, you will have access to Globi. So you could ask it questions like, "Hey, here's what's going on in my chapter. What should I do next?" And it will tell you some advice. So in addition to just reaching out to Cesar or me or someone else at Global Chamber, Globi will be on your side. And I'm really excited by that development. Globi will also be able to make connections for you. That piece, the timing is a little bit less clear because there's some data work we need to do, but the tool is built. So we just need to now tell it what to do. But in the meantime, I'm really excited to say that we'll be introducing that in the training for new EDs next month. Thank you, everybody, for joining today. So sorry that we went a little bit over. We'll end the call right now and say that we will follow up for the events that we have, the meetings that we have for April. And we'll just leave the room open after we close the recording so that if you have any questions or any needs that you have, you can just communicate them or just leave the room. Thank you, everybody. And you are really inspiring. It gives us that much more emphasis about what we need to do to continue to scale Global Chamber so that we're all a little bit more global and unstoppable next week and in the coming months. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Doug. Can't wait to get my hands on Globi.
Very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.